Right, so we're on the Catana 50 Ocean class, and this is the first one to arrive in the United States. So I'm going to show you some of the features. We're going to start at the bow and work our way back. So this is a pretty cool feature we have on the bow here. What this is, it's a winch, and it's used for mooring, etc. And so what you do is there it comes out. So now what you can do is you can wrap lines around it, and you can use it to winch your bows. It's a very unusual feature. Then if you want to put it away, you basically hit the other button and it will rotate, and it goes all the way back in, and there you go, and it's watertight. So that's a very cool feature. It has one on each bow. What we did is we replaced our regular netting with custom. This is a custom net. This is Dyneema. So it's very stiff, it's forever. You're never going to have to change this net, but I mean, you walk on it, you can see I weigh quite a bit and the nets hardly move. So there's nothing nicer than having a solid platform to walk on. You know, these stretchy ones are really a big problem. On this particular boat, we put a Mantis M2 80-pound anchor on the bow roller here. The windlass controller's back there. This is really a very effective anchor. It's a modern anchor. This is a Mantis. So super good anchor, and you can sleep tight at night with this anchor. We've also got, heavy chain. We have this is a carbon beam called a Longeron, this white beam. If we want to fly a Spinnaker, then we'll put the Spinnaker on there. This is to trip it, but don't worry about that. So basically we can fly our Spinnaker or our asymmetrical Spinnaker off of this. And then we have our code 0 or Screecher off of that. All these control lines here allow you to bring everything back here to work on it. So you don't have to be standing out there like you're on a trapeze. So a very nice feature, very easy to control. The bridle system are these black lines. And the bridle comes back to here. This is what we attach to our anchor chain. So when we drop the anchor, when we got enough chain out, then we'll take this and clip it onto the chain. So I have a couple of options here. I have a snap shackle, which is what I use for my regular anchoring. If there's a wind that's going to pick up, then what I do is I use a shackle, so that, because that in a strong wind, I'm not sure, it's pretty strong, but if we're going to get a blow, then I use a proper shackle onto a really good substantial bridle, which clips onto the chain. We take it over the bow and we clip it on the chain at the anchor roller. So that's a great feature and works very well. If you have a look, you'll see the chain goes up through a hole over there to the windlass. These two bow lockers, these two hatches you see on the bows, are storage. So we've got storage there and storage there. So foredeck is pretty cool, all works great. As I said, custom net now, which is a huge improvement. And of course the other thing is, because it's black, you can see through it very easily. So on this side we have our windlass and our anchor and our chain locker. We put a new life raft on here, so it's got its life raft. There's our spare anchor, which is a fortress, and we have fresh water and salt water quick releases, so we can rinse our anchor chain down if we got mud or gunk on our chain. And then here's our windlass control. So basically you can stand here, you can see the anchor, and you can raise or lower the anchor in full control. There is our generator. It's a 12 kW generator. It's super quiet, and that provides us with power on the anchor if we want to run our air conditioners, or alternatively if we want to charge batteries, etc. It's got very low hours. I think we've only used it for 300 hours. We don't use the generator much on this boat because we've got good ventilation. Then we have the steps going up to the roof. All this are solar panels. So this boat has 1800 watts of solar. You can see it's all walk-on solar. We have our Starlink. So this is our Starlink. This is a flat panel. So this Starlink gives us high-speed internet offshore, no matter where you are. So great to have, especially, you know, for our operation. The bag is nice and low, so you can always get to your mainsail, put your mainsail away. We have like a widening of the boom here, so when the mainsail comes down, it falls onto this platform. So on this side, it's on both sides. It's a platform that the sail drops onto. So most boats just have a boom and then it hangs over the sides. On this boat, it has this platform to keep it nice and tidy and ease of handling. The main and the jib are made of a laminate called Epex. So they're high performance sails. You know, you just got to take a little bit extra care on them, but they're really good high performance laminated sails. Powerful and really helps with performance. This boat has the main. Then if you have a look, it has the jib, which is the inner sail, or it's actually a genoa. It's not a jib, it's a genoa. So it has the main, it has the genoa. Then the next sail out there is called a code 0. And then down in our bow locker there, we have a Gennaker, which is a very big light wind jib. And we have an asymmetrical Spinnacker. So this boat has 5 sails: main, genoa, code 0, Gennaker, and asymmetrical Spinnaker. So it's got a sail plan for all conditions, and they're all powerful, fast sails. So it's all about sail. It's all about power to weight, and the sail area gives you the power in light winds. As the winds get stronger, so you reduce your sail plan. So the boat should perform to its specifications or sail to hull speed in all conditions, light wind or strong wind, with this selection of sails. The sail wardrobe covers all conditions. So here you can get a better view of the platform that the sail drops onto, which on the boom it's very nice to have because the sail is under control when you drop it. Moving back, here we have the Daggerboards, and I'm going to move them up and down, but what happens is that these deploy, they go down, and from a 4-foot draft we can go to an 8-foot draft, which gives the boat unbelievable ability to sail to weather. It can point very, very high. You know, which is great for the performance, etc. Then what we also have, so here, this is the line that deploys and retrieves our Daggerboard. And this flat winder here is the winch that sends it down and brings it back up. And then we have our water fill and our pump out fills over there. So as you can see, it has a full enclosure. So if it's bad weather, you drop this and you're pretty much protected. You dry up here. And from here you can control everything. So these are all electric winches. And this controls your halyards, your main sheets, your lines for Spinnaker, etc. So everything comes back to here. If you're sailing with 2 people, then this is like the winch pit. So this is where someone would stand. Here you can operate your main halyards. Take that in a bit. We've got nice storage, nice rope storage here, so the ropes stay out of the way. That's your genoa. That's your other genoa control here. So everything is here. It's all electric, and they're all performance electric 2-speed winches. So a really great helm station and very well organized, very easy to sail short-handed. People don't fall over each other because it's got the two distinct stations. So the good thing about this helm station as well, you can see all points of the boat. So standing here at the helm, you can see the port bow, you can see the starboard bow, you can see the starboard stern, and if you look through this window down there, you can see the other stern. So basically you have visibility of all 4 points of the boat, all 4 corners. Back here is another electric winch, and this winch is used to control the big head sails. The asymmetrical Spinnaker, the Gennaker and the code 0 are controlled by these 2 winches on the stern. Apart from our Dyneema netting, which is a great upgrade, we upgraded to carbon rigging. So this took a couple of 100 pounds of weight out of the rig with this carbon rigging. It's very stiff, so when the pressure comes on the sails, there's no give, which means the boat accelerates quicker. It takes a lot of the weight out from aloft, and they're just plain sexy. So you can see the turnbuckles And these are full-on carbon. They're made by Lightspeed in Annapolis. And yeah, I felt a very, very worthwhile upgrade to the rig. The boat has a rod rigging for the forestay, and it has carbon rigging for the side stays, for the shroud and the caps. We have davits, dinghy davits here. They're pretty strong davits. They lift 450 kilos a piece. So, you know, we carry quite a large dinghy, and they're controlled by this electric winch here. So you can deploy and retrieve the anchor using this winch. So again, you don't have to wind anything. It's an electric winch that's doing the job for us. We have a barbecue bracket that we built. It's a custom bracket, which we've installed for our barbecue. And this is where we keep our propane. So there's our propane locker, which is vented directly through the boat and out between the hulls. So if you do get anything leaking, it's not getting in the boat. So lastly, let's look at an engine room. This boat's got 57 horsepower Yanmars with 3-blade folding max props. So I've got I like max props because you got full power forward and astern. We upgraded the fire suppression system to one with gas. This factory spec is powder, which is not really accepted by the US Coast Guard. But this is much more efficient, and it has indicators and controls at the helm station as well. So it's a nice upgrade for safety. We upgraded the shore power plug. The old system used to have a very loose plug, and they were fire hazards. So we upgraded it to, this is the latest in shore power plugs. So we upgraded that on the boat. So that's it for outside. Now we're going to go inside, and first thing I'm going to do is show you how this door opens. We're going to open it and we're going to close it so we don't lose all our air conditioning. Okay, so a really cool feature of this boat is that it can convert into a completely open space. So it goes to there. And bang, you now have a wide open living space. Very, very nice. If you open the front windows, you have a beautiful breeze that blows right through the boat. That's why we've got such a low engine hours on our generator. We very seldom need to use it. Additionally, these windows open all the way. So here now you have, so now we've got that open, that also opens. So essentially with all the windows open on anchor, it's like you're sitting on a nice porch. And the beauty is that this is the magic hole where the person at the helm is sitting, and it's the magic hole where the beer comes through. And of course we keep the beer close at hand. Let's close it all up. And bang, we're back to closed doors, and we're keeping the air conditioning in. That easy. So basically what we did is the standard table was a fixed table here. So it was like you were sitting behind a kitchen table the whole time. What we decided to do is we wanted a convertible where you could look here, you can walk around it, so no one's trapped behind the table. And then what we did is we had this custom built. And it is it rotates like this, okay? Then what happens is these leaves open and they lie on this, so you don't need to worry, they're all strengthened. So it all opens up, and now we have a nice big dining table. If you have a look at the leg under here, it's got locks, so you can raise the level so that you can eat comfortably, or you can drop it down so that it becomes a coffee table. This boat has blinds, factory installed. They come all the way down, and that's what they look like if they're all the way up. 2-drawer fridge, or actually a freezer. Microwave. Here is the dishwasher. So we have a nice dishwasher, and it's a decent size. And then here we have our garbage, and this here is our Watermaker control. So if you want to make water, you push the green button, and as soon as this little green light comes on here, you've got fresh water being pumped into your tanks. Red is to stop and blue is to flush. So very easy, accessible. You don't even have to go outside to switch it on. Nice hob and oven. And then, of course, what we've done to comply with US Coast Guard is we have a solenoid. So that's, if you're not using it, you have it off. If you want to use the stove, you push that button, green light comes on, and you have gas here. When you're finished, switch it off, and the propane safely isolated in the propane locker. No danger. 2 sources of power. We have 110 and we have European plugs. So we've got 2 inverters. One inverter gives 110. And the other one gives 220, so you can use either type of appliance. We have some more 110s up here. Those are that's European and 110, so you can see they're all next to each other. The first thing that's important to know is that this boat is carbon infusion. So here's the layout of the boat. And you can see this entire roof section is carbon. And the bulkheads are carbon, and the chain plates are carbon. So if you look behind here, it's all black, carbon infused. So that shows you all the carbon on this boat, which makes it very light, very strong, and very stiff. Then here are samples of the actual layout. Here's a bulkhead. So that's a cutout of a bulkhead. It's got the high density foam and carbon on each side. All the doors are cord. So all these doors you see here are super light because inside they look like that. They're cord, and everything is weight. It's to save weight, and of course that's stiffness. There the floors are. So the floor you're standing on is thicker wood with a core. And then we're using monolithic glass fabrics, which is vinyl esters, etc., and isophthalic resins. So they're using very high quality resins and foams, or resins and glass, for the layup of the boat, which is vacuum infused. So this is a nice storage area. It's sort of in the middle. It's an island, and it's got drawers. Super nice. We use that a lot. So, you know, it makes life a lot easier. And if you're a little bit short of counter space here, you can overflow onto this island. This boat has immense refrigeration capacity. So there is a refrigerator, and there is a deep freeze. So the boat has immense refrigeration capacity. These 2 little goodies here are to lock the doors while underway so they don't come flying out. These 2 little locks. All right, as we come to the chart table, so this is a very nice chart table. You can see sort of forwards all round. This chair rotates, and it also flips open, so we keep all our documents, etc. Nice handy storage area. We also have a nice handy storage area here where we keep our flags and spare stuff. Then you've got your VHF, which is a Ray Marine. It also has a command mic up at the helm, so you can talk on the VHF when you're at the steering or when you're down below here. This beautiful big 16-inch Axion. You're able to sit here and chart a course. It's touch screen, so it's like an Apple or whatever. You can make it smaller, bigger, and you can move it around. This is telling us that we are sitting right here on this dock, which is exactly where we are. Then we've got a second autopilot control and a multi, which shows wind direction, etc. Right now the wind is blowing at 10 knots, 150 degrees off of our stern. We have 2 things. We have our digital multi, which shows that our mains are on and the batteries are in float, and the inverter is on. Yeah, inverter is on. So everything is happy here. This here is our generator control panel. So we could, the generator, the main breaker's off, but so we basically, if you push this button once, the generator switches on, and if you push that button once, the generator switches off. It's super complicated. It's called a BAMID, and what this does is it treats sewage and grey water so that it can be pumped out of the boat. You don't have to do a pump out. It actually cleans the water, and it's okay to pump out in a marina. So we deactivated it, but it's in the boat, so if anyone's ever cruising the Med, simple matter of reactivating, and then you're going to be legal in the Med in Turkey and these places where they're super strict. That is acceptable, and it's legal. So that about rounds it off. Here's the stereo. This is it's a Fusion stereo. It's a pretty decent stereo. It's got Fusion speakers. Gives off pretty good sound. It's got a nicely angled steps. It's not the steep steps, and a nice handrail. So as you're coming down, you've got a good grip. Okay, so it's a decent sized bed with a half walk round. Estelle and I are pretty comfortable on this bed. All the cabins have nice blinds, so that's pretty good. Lots of storage up here, down here, all along here is storage there. Then this is an owner's cabin, so if you want privacy and you want to get up from the toilet and you want to go to the bathroom, people can't see you from up top there, so you close the door, and again, lots of storage, hanging space, lots and lots of storage. So this got an absolute abundance of storage. There's also storage underneath the bunk. There's a drawer that comes out underneath there. All right, so nice size shower with a rain shower. I love the rain shower. I stand there and shower. It's really a nice rain shower. It also has a seat. If the boat's underway, you can sit down and shower. Separate toilet here, and then a nice big basin, more storage, and then this slides, and you got your medicine cabinet. So they've really taken care of the storage requirements on this boat. And then over here we have the laundry. So there we have the washer dryer, and underneath there we normally have a hamper to put the dirty clothing. All right, so this is the guest side. Again, semi walk around bed, which is great. Each cabin has its own air conditioning control, so you can set the climate for each zone. You don't have to, it's not central where you only get one setting. Lots of storage. Storage under here. Storage over here. This is a technical space, I believe. No, storage. Storage over there. Then this here is a toilet. This boat only has two toilets, one on the owner's side, one on the guest side. If we open this door here, that's a dedicated shower. So it's got a really nice big shower and a really nice big toilet. So, I mean, it's superb. If this is an owner's version, you've got your guests have a shower and toilet that's huge, and you've got your side, which is also nice. This is the storage room. No, I'm just joking. This has got an over and under bunk. This actually flips up and becomes a fold-away bunk. And then down here, so you can have two bunks, or this is an insert that we have, and you can actually remove this so you can have two bunks, and this stows away, or we have the insert in so you have a queen. So it's either or, so that's pretty neat. These boats have very, very good performance. The top speed that this actual boat is sailed at is 23.9 knots. So it's capable of really moving if you sail it hard. It's an easy 200 plus mile a day boat with a couple, just sailing conservatively. It'll point probably as high as any monohull, any normal monohull. We've done some races against other catamarans, and we found that we can outpoint the entire fleet. There wasn't a single catamaran that could point as high as us with our Daggerboards down, because we have all that lateral resistance 8 foot down. So that really helps with the performance as well, going to weather. The boat's been in some pretty intense weather, but Catana's a really strong boat, and you know, the boat did fine. The crew took a bit of strain, but the boat actually was a lot better. So anyway, thanks for visiting with us. This is the Catana OC 50, new model built by Catana, and I think an incredibly relevant cruising or express cruising, you know, or safe offshore passage making boat for couples.